But let's talk a little bit about what's going on in America right now. You know, I've talked to you before about my degrees in college, and one of them is political science. I'm heavily involved in politics. I try to keep it off of this YouTube channel if at all possible. But this is an American situation right here. It's not a Democrat or Republican situation. This is an American situation. And I have said ever since I was in college that Americans are no different than anyone else in the world, that we are just about that far away from anarchists. Our people are just about that far away from anarchy. We see people burning down buildings and killing people and doing things in the streets all over the world, and we think Americans are better than that. We don't do that kind of stuff. But by golly, we're that close to it. That's what we are. And this week, that close to it, many cross that line, and it's just, it's terrible. You know, there was a man killed in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, right outside of Tulsa, last night on a home invasion. It got to the point to where the law is so mistrusted or unavailable or not used that people have gotten out of where they just feel like they can break into anybody's house. And the homeowner shot one of them and killed him, and the other guy got away, but two of them broke in there. But we are so very close to losing this country from within. John Kennedy said when he was president, a famous Democrat president that we all loved, that John Kennedy said that this country will not fall from without. This country will fall from within. I've mentioned it before. We've got the longest standing form of government, and certainly the longest standing democracy ever, but the longest freestanding form of standing government since the Ming Dynasty. I mean, not many countries last, what would it be, 244 years? 244 years. And I thought that I would see America fall in our lifetime. Certainly wasn't looking forward to that, but I thought I might see it happen. And then as I got older, I thought, well, that's one thing. I'm not going to see America fall in my lifetime. I'm going to enjoy this great country as long as I live. But I might see it fall in my lifetime, and it might fall from within. And we are on the verge. We're on the verge of civil war in this country right now. And there are people that are not, they're not protesting somebody's death, or they're not worried about police brutality, or they're not doing anything, because if you look at the facts and figures, you know, there are bad cops, just like there's bad fishermen out there and bad everything else. There are bad preachers, there's bad CEO presidents, there's bad people running Walmart stores. There's some bad people everywhere. Not 10 or 15%, like have been said, but there's a very small percentage that are just simply bad people. But you know, the statistics prove it, that, you know, the police do an extremely good job, and we need to be supporting them, not defunding them. But if the other side wins and they end up defunding police departments, and we end up where we don't have police protection, we don't have police in our cities, in our countries, in our counties, in our states, this country will turn into anarchy within perhaps minutes, certainly hours and days. And you'll have to fight for the bed that you sleep in. You'll have to fight for the property that you live in. You'll have to fight for your meals. You'll have to fight. You may be called on to kill someone to protect your very home where your wife and kids live. And one of the things that I've noticed during this whole movement that's going on, that's viciously under attack, and we know they've been attacking Christianity. We know they've been attacking churches. It's not been legal to go to funerals. So many people have been waiting to bury their loved ones because funerals were not allowed. And yet, you know, the man that was killed at this, all of this has started over. They've had funerals with thousands of people in several different states for that individual, while people are waiting to bury their family members because they won't allow them to have a funeral. We've had a country that was shut down because of a virus, yet we have those same governors and politicians and mayors that would not let you open your business, would not let you go get a haircut, would not let you go to your church and worship, that are now arm in arm walking down the street with thousands and thousands of protesters. And you know, I grew up in the 60s, man. I was a Vietnam War era kid, you know. Make love, not war. I've talked about that before. I bought into that make love part in a heartbeat. But let me tell you what's under attack in this country that you and I can do something about. There's not a lot of this, quite honestly, that you and I can do anything about other than vote. When the time comes to vote in November, we can keep the right people in power that that will do the right things. We can hopefully vote the ones out that are doing the wrong things. But here's something you can do irrespective of voting, irrespective of who the governor is or the mayor or the police commissioner or the president or the congressman or the senator or anybody. An institution that is under attack in America that I've noticed is the American family. That's right, the American family. And in studying, one of the things that anarchy tries to break apart is the family, because the family is the one institution that holds the glue together, And so all I'm asking you to do is do everything you can to strengthen your own family. You know, in the Great Civil War that we studied, and I don't know if they study that in school now or not, but where the North and the South fought right here in the United States, the family was destroyed during that Civil War. You wouldn't believe we could ever have a war where the North fought against the South in the United States of America. Well, we did, and it could happen again. Not necessarily the North against the South, but it could happen again. The anarchy people against the rest of us is what it'll amount down to. But brother fought against brother in that war. Father fought against his own son in the Civil War, because they were able, through the politics of the day, to tear apart the American families and have brother against brother. And that's what they're trying to do today. And what I'm saying that we need to do as grandfathers like I am, as fathers like I am, uncles, brothers, cousins, mothers, grandmothers, aunts, nieces, whatever, is we need to work really hard to keep our American family together. And I don't care if your family is like the Brady Bunch. I don't care if your family is like the Nelsons, Harry and Ozzie or whatever that was. So I don't care if your family is a perfect family that everybody, sits down to dinner and eats every evening. I don't care if your family is a dysfunctional family that you have lots and lots of problems. And every family's got problems. You need to try to hold that family together. Spend more time with your wife, your kids, your grandkids, your stepsons, your uncles, your aunts, people in your family, your cousins. Try to spend more time and hold that American family together. Hold that American family together, because they're trying to break it apart. And quite honestly, and I have family. My grandson is married to a teacher, and my granddaughter is getting ready to graduate from college this year, and she's going to become a teacher. But we have a huge segment of our educational system that is really, from the age of 4 years old on up, indoctrinating kids against their own family. I've seen kids, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids on television screaming, "I hate my parents. I hate my mom and dad. They don't want me out here protesting. They don't think that Black Lives Matter." Well, I don't know of anybody in the whole country hardly that doesn't think that every life matters, no matter what color it is, no matter whether it's a man or woman or can't figure out which it wants to be. Every life matters. And I've never read in the Bible where it said that white lives matter or black lives matter, Indian lives matter or Asian lives matter. Jesus just said that everybody mattered. Jesus died on that cross for all of us. And when God has created this universe, the first thing he started was a family. Wasn't really an American family, but he started a family unit. And that family unit was pretty doggone dysfunctional if you think about it. I mean, there's about as dysfunctional as you come. But from that family unit, we've all come about. If you want to save America, if you want to do something great, if you want a cause to protest for, keep the family together. Keep your family together. Spend more time with your family. Tell them you love them more. Teach them the right things. Most people that come from other countries into the United States are appalled at the lack of disrespect that we have in the United States of America. The lack of respect that we have. The lack of respect that we have for each other, for our culture, for our political systems, for our elected officials, for our school teachers, for our moms, our dads, the less respect we have for each other. They are absolutely blown away how we can have a country this great and we don't have much respect. If you do nothing else in your family, teach your family members to respect. Respect each other, respect themselves, respect our government. Lots in our government that's really bad, really bad. Lots of really bad people up there. Some people said that the 10 or 15% that a presidential candidate said was bad people in this country might be a little low. I disagree with that unheartedly. I think that, you know, the bad people in this country is way less than 10 or 15%. That'd be 40 or 50 million people. But if you'll teach your kids respect, and if you'll give them respect, it goes both ways. If you'll do that, the American family will remain strong. The American family is what we have, and it's under attack by the anarchists that are trying to destroy this country. Make no bones about it. They are trying to destroy this country. We have a right to protest. That's what America's all about. But we do not have a right to destroy the America that we've built and that so many people have fought and died for. And hopefully we don't have to fight and die just to stay in our own house. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great week. Sorry I got so serious with you, and it's not quite an upbeat message, but it is, because by golly, you can make your family the greatest family on the block. You can make your family the greatest family in your town, the greatest family in your city, the greatest family in your state. But work on making your family tight-knit, tight-knit. Families are the key to keeping America, America. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great week. I love you.